600 million people are reading it. That is Elon Musk. And that last part, that is why he is the most powerful man on the internet. Let's go back to October 2022. Musk walked into the offices of Twitter holding a big white sink. He filmed himself doing it. Then he posted the video online with a caption that said, "Entering Twitter HQ." Let that sink in. It was a joke. Let that sink in is an English phrase that means, think about this carefully. And he was also literally carrying a sink. Get it? People laughed. People rolled their eyes. Some people thought he was being silly. But here is what was actually happening that day. Elon Musk had just paid $44 billion to buy Twitter. That is $44,000 million, more money than most countries have. And with that purchase, he did not just buy a website. He bought the place where presidents make announcements, where journalists decide what is news, where scientists argue about important ideas, where millions of ordinary people find out what is happening in the world. He bought the world's biggest megaphone, and now it was his. He renamed it X, and he became its boss. Now here is where things get really interesting. Owning the platform is one kind of power, but Musk has another kind of power on top of that, a stranger kind, a kind that even confuses experts. When Musk types something, anything, the world reacts. Here is a real example. In 2021, he posted a picture of a dog. Just a cute dog, with one word under it, Doge. That was it. That one word caused a digital currency called Dogecoin to jump up 50% in value. Overnight, people who owned Dogecoin suddenly had a lot more money. People who did not own it rushed to buy it. One man, one word, billions of dollars moved. Another time, he tweeted 2 words about a video game company called GameStop. GameStonk. That exclamation point energy was enough. Millions of regular people saw it, got excited, and started buying GameStop shares all at the same time. It became one of the strangest money stories in recent history. Think about that for a moment. Most people need to do something big to change the world. They need to give a speech, or pass a law, or start a war, or invent something. Musk just needs to open his phone and type. Teachers have authority in a classroom. Police officers have authority on the street. Kings and presidents have authority over countries. But Musk has a different kind of authority. One that does not come from a badge or a vote or a crown. It comes from attention. And nobody on earth commands more attention than him right now. In 2024, something happened that showed just how far this power goes. There was a big election in America. Donald Trump was running for president, and Musk decided he wanted Trump to win. So he helped. A lot. He gave more than $250 million to support Trump's campaign. He used X, his own platform, to push Trump's message to hundreds of millions of people every single day. He posted about Trump constantly. He attacked people who criticized Trump. He made sure Trump's posts were seen by as many people as possible. Trump won the election, and as a thank you, Trump gave Musk a very special job. He put him in charge of something called the Department of Government Efficiency, the short name for it. Doge. Yes, named after the dog meme that Musk had been posting about for years. This job meant Musk now had a seat inside the American government. He could look at where the government was spending money and say, "Stop spending it here. Cut this. Remove that." Now here is why this gets complicated. Musk's own companies receive a lot of money from the government. SpaceX gets paid by NASA to launch rockets. Tesla benefits from government support for electric cars. Starlink, his satellite internet service, has received government money too. So the same man whose companies get money from the government is now helping decide how the government spends its money. Grown-ups call this a conflict of interest. It means, Can we really trust someone to make fair decisions when they personally benefit from those decisions? It is like asking the student who owns the candy shop to decide the school's rules about candy. So, how did Musk become this powerful? What is his secret? Here's something interesting about him. He figured out something that most famous and powerful people never understand. The internet loves chaos. Think about the videos you watch online. The ones that get millions of views are usually surprising, funny, shocking, unexpected. Nobody clicks on boring. Nobody shares predictable. Musk understood this before most people did, so he made himself into the most unpredictable person on the internet. On purpose. One day he says, artificial intelligence is dangerous and scary and might destroy humanity. The next day, he starts his own AI company. One day he says Twitter will be the home of free speech for everyone. The next day, he bans accounts of journalists who wrote things he did not like. If any normal person did this, people would say, "This guy doesn't know what he wants. He keeps changing his mind. He cannot be trusted." But with Musk, people just keep watching, because they never know what he will do next. And that curiosity, that "what will he say today" feeling, keeps hundreds of millions of people tuned into him every single day. He also really understands memes. Memes are those funny pictures and phrases that spread around the internet super fast. Most adults in power treat memes like they are silly things for teenagers. Musk uses them like weapons. He speaks the language of the internet better than almost anyone else alive. He does not need a team of people writing his messages for him. He does not need press releases or interviews. He just types, and the world reacts. Here is a question worth thinking about. When a president does something wrong, people can vote them out. When a company boss does something wrong, the company's owners can fire them. When a journalist lies, their newspaper can shut them down. But what happens when someone like Musk does something wrong? His shareholders, the people who own small pieces of his companies, tried to stop him from getting a massive $56 billion payment once. A judge agreed with them and said no. Musk simply moved his company to a different state and held another vote. He won. The government's Financial Rules Office tried to stop him from posting things that affected stock prices unfairly. He argued with them publicly and called them names online. Europe told him his platform had to follow their safety rules. He basically shrugged. Every time someone tries to hold Musk accountable, they run into the same problem. The rules were not written for someone like him. The people who wrote the laws about businesses never imagined one person could own a rocket company and a car company and a brain chip company and a satellite company and the internet's biggest conversation platform all at the same time. It is like the referees at a football game only prepared for football. And then someone showed up and started playing a completely different sport on the same field. The referees do not know what to do. The rule book does not cover it. People sometimes compare Musk to powerful people from history. A long time ago, a man named Rockefeller controlled almost all of the oil in America. That gave him enormous power because everything ran on oil. Eventually, the government stepped in and broke his company apart because he had too much control over one thing. Another man named Hearst owned hundreds of newspapers across America. He could decide what millions of people read every morning. That made him powerful enough to influence elections and even, some historians believe, push America into a war. These men were extraordinarily powerful for their time. But here is the difference. Rockefeller had oil. Just oil. Hearst had newspapers. Just newspapers. Musk has rockets and cars and brain chips and satellites and tunnels and artificial intelligence and the platform where half the world's important conversations happen. And now a seat inside the American government. Each of those things makes the others stronger. SpaceX makes him famous and respected, which makes people trust his other companies. X gives him a platform to promote everything he does, which makes his businesses more valuable. His government role gives him information and access, which helps his companies get more contracts. It all feeds into itself, and at the center of all of it is one man on his phone typing things at midnight. Here is the honest truth at the end of all this. Nobody is quite sure whether Elon Musk is a hero or a villain. Probably, like most powerful people throughout history, he is neither one completely. He has done genuinely impressive things. The rockets SpaceX builds are real. The electric cars Tesla makes are real. The internet access Starlink brings to remote places is real. But the amount of power concentrated in one person's hands, that is also real. And a little bit frightening, not necessarily because of who Musk is, but because the world was not set up to handle it. Nobody planned for this. Nobody wrote rules for this. Nobody built a system that could check this. And the most powerful man on the internet? He knows that better than anyone. Imagine one person who builds rockets that fly to space, who makes electric cars, who puts tiny computers inside people's brains,